We are one. We are one. We are all one in God. We are love. We are love. We are all the love of God. Beauty.
Good morning, and welcome to Unity of Bellevue's 10 a.m. meditation service. We're so glad and indeed grateful that you have chosen to join us in this spiritual practice of meditation. My name is Susan Neidig. I'm one of the prayer chaplains here at Unity of Bellevue. It'll be my honor to lead you through this meditation service. It will take about 20 minutes for the entire service. I'll start off, we'll go through some relaxation, and then there'll be about 8 to 10 minutes of silence. And then we'll end about 10 minutes ahead of schedule of the celebration service, which will start at 10:30 right here in the sanctuary. And for those of you online, same time, 10:30. This meditation I'm going to do this morning is a meditation for guidance, and it's adapted from one from Silent Unity. So as we turn within, take this time to pause and allow Spirit to restore your natural balance. Right here and right now, just be. Silently affirm, in this holy instant, I need do nothing. In this holy instant, I need do nothing. So let's relax our bodies and release tension so we can be fully present in this moment. Find a comfortable position, feet firmly on the ground or floor, legs uncrossed, spine tall and straight, shoulders rolled back slightly, hands resting in your lap. When you feel ready, gently close your eyes. Allow all your awareness to focus on your breath. Take 3 cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Return to your normal rhythm of breathing. Feel your body begin to relax. Grateful for this pause in your day. Breathe and feel the peace of this quiet moment wash over you. Turn your attention inward as you listen within the sanctuary of your soul. From this place of inner stillness, you can hear the sweet whispers of Spirit guiding you in all aspects of your life. As you quiet your mind, you become more open and receptive to God's guiding presence God is pure love and lights your way, revealing new depths of wisdom and understanding that are within you now and always. Call forward thoughts of peace. From that place of peace, you trust that still small voice within you. You are safe and guided along life's way. You are safe and guided along life's way. Allow the illuminating presence of God to fill your awareness, to see you through any challenge or difficulty. Your inner source of wisdom is constant. Breathe it. Believe it. Allow it to flow through you now. As we prepare for the silence, know that thoughts may drift into your awareness. Bless them and let them drift away. Sounds around you may come in and out of your awareness. Do not resist them. Let them move into the background. Sit with the awareness of your inner wisdom, of that source of your inner wisdom, as we become silent together now. we return to right here, right now, knowing that we are guided by Spirit. As you move into your day, Spirit gently guides your thoughts and actions. Your way is clear and certain. Give thanks for this knowing, this deepening of awareness and connection with inner wisdom. When you are ready, open your eyes. Blessings of wisdom and peace are yours today and always. Take peace into every part of your daily lives. For through us and as us, we spread God's love into the world. We know that this is true and all is well. And so it is. Amen. Thank you for joining us this morning. Praying for you. You can send an email to prayerchaplains@unityofbellevue.org. Or if you'd like one of us to call you back to talk or to pray with you, put that in your email with your phone number. So stay right here if you're online. If you're in the sanctuary, take a 10-minute break. We'll be back at 10:30 when the celebration service will begin. Thank you.
Take a breath in this moment. We have come together at last, knowing all is provided. Only speak love's name. Though each stream was diverted, all reverting back to the source. Our intention united, we now proclaim. Here we stand, knowing our unity, hand in hand, singing our faith, heart to heart, carry the light for all to see. Let love lead the way. Let love lead the way.
see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you, and so it is. I see the child in you. I see the sweetness in you. I see the softness in you, and so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the goodness in you. I see the wisdom in you. I see the strength in you, and so it is. I see the joy that's in you. I see your light shining through. I see the love that's in you, and so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the grace that's in you. I see the courage in you, and I see the heart that's in you, and so it is. And I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you, and so it is. I see the beauty in you. I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the power in you. And I see the greatness in you. I see the greatness in you. And I see the goodness in you now. I see the goodness in you. And I see the wisdom in you. I see the wisdom in you. Oh, I see your strength, your strength. I see the strength in you. And I see your joy, joy, joy. I see the joy in you. And I see your light shining, light. I see the light in you. And I feel the love that's in you. I see the love in you. And I see the grace that's in you. I see the grace in you. And I see the courage in you. I see the courage in you. And I see the heart in you. I see the heart in you. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is.
Though there are times when I cannot see the path in front of me, I lose my way. I feel so alone, like every friend I've ever known is gone. So far, far from home. Then I hear life call to me. There are choices to make. So how will it be? Are you gonna play safe, risk nothing at all? Or will you rise up with the colors of dawn, illuminating every step that you take? And I'm rising in love. I'm rising in love. This is my choice. This is my life. And I'm rising in love. stop it. The seasons won't change it. War can't kill it. I now claim it. Love, love, divine spirit guide within me. Your love flows throughout, so naturally, raising my heart.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Bellevue. We welcome you in the spirit of love, of compassion, of peace. Whether you're joining us on site here in person or online virtually, we welcome you. You are a gift to us and to all. We can sense your presence with us, and you matter to us. We are so glad you are here. We are all connected. We live in oneness and unity, whether we're here or online, and we are so grateful for that unity that keeps us connected. My name is Monica McDowell-Elvig. I'm your center administrator. I am also taking on some operational management while we're in transition. I'm happy to do that in service of this beloved community. We have some awesome people helping to put on this service today. Susan Neidig was our meditation facilitator, and she's also our prayer chaplain. Thank you, Susan. Reverend Sally Robbins is our guest remote speaker. We'll be learning a little bit more about her. We've had her on Zoom virtual speaking before. Now we have her virtual on the big screen, so we're happy to have her. We also have Dorothy Bostetter as our remote board host. She's going to be broadcasting in from Austin, Texas. So we're so grateful for this technology that allows us to stay connected. And then Jean Mann is our guest artist. This is our first time we're having her in person. And Barry Snar is back as a song leader. Yay, Barry. They are going to kick us off with our community song, Blessing to the World.
Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you. You know, it's been 2 long years, and I'm so glad and so privileged and proud to be here to help lead you in a song as we open up. So please stand as you are able. Let's sing our first song with Jean. And the words will be up here on our screen. And you at home, stand and please join us as well. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all you do is a blessing to the world. It's I am now. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and all I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. We all are, we are. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world, a blessing to the world.
We invoke the divine heart in this sanctuary full of grace, full of love, full of transforming power. We know that all things are made new in every moment, and we breathe into the possibilities of that love, of what everything that love can do here in us, with us, through us, for the highest and best of each and of all. We breathe in with a sacred breath, allowing the divine love to find its way into the recesses and hidden parts that are still learning to expose themselves to that compassion. We open our hearts to be that compassionate love. We breathe in again with a sacred breath. We declare this time, this community, this service is sacred. We are blessed. We are so grateful. And so it is.
Good morning. So my first song is called Kitchen Waltz. It's not a waltz. If you try and waltz, you might break a toe. But it is certainly love in the kitchen and everywhere. Just a metaphor. Okay. Midnight steps in the room, flicker of candle glow, that thing I do with you. Kitchen waltz for two, and kitchen waltz for two, me and you, lined up on the shelf, spice jars filled with goodness, swirling round in the pot, brings a little joy to our love nest, and table set for two, me and you, kitchen waltz for two, we're dancing around the room, sometimes there's not even any music playing, so we make up our own tune. Ooh, me and you, and favorite feast for two, me and you. We're taking our time, stir up passion in the room, fix up a feast by the light of the moon. Come on over, honey, the pie is almost cool. My favorite place of all is right here with you.
That was delightful. Thank you, Jean. I'm going to read a bio for our guest speaker today, Reverend Sally Robbins. She has, like I said, spoken with us on Zoom before, but she's going to be on the big screen, and we're so grateful you are here with us, Reverend Sally. She grew up on Navy bases around the world. She discovered New Thought principles at a young age, and then found Science of Mind in 1985. She knew she had found a way of life that would serve her well for the rest of it. And she became a minister in 1998 and served as the senior minister of centers in Phoenix, Columbia, Maryland, and in Baltimore, Maryland. And she was also on staff in Asheville, North Carolina. She is ordained by the Centers for Spiritual Living. Prior to ministry, she spent over 25 years in the corporate and entrepreneurial world with extensive experience in sales and marketing, television and radio, advertising and production, and she is a contributing writer to Science of Mind magazine. She served at the national level at the Centers for Spiritual Living in a variety of roles. We are so grateful that you are with us again. We love the transformational power of your talks, and we know you will bless us with your words and with your presence and with your soul. So thank you for being with us today, Reverend Sally. For our reading this morning, I have chosen just a little quote from the Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh from his book, How to Love. Listen with your spiritual ears. The first element of true love is loving kindness. The essence of loving kindness is being able to offer happiness. You can be the sunshine for another person. You can't offer happiness until you have it for yourself. So build a home inside by accepting yourself and learning to love and heal yourself. Learn how to practice mindfulness in such a way that you can create moments of happiness and joy for your own nourishment. Then you have something to offer the other person. We are so grateful for his wisdom and how it continues to teach us and bless us. For our affirmation this morning, I'm going to read it through once, and then we will read it through together in one voice. So just open your hearts and allow these words to sink in and do their work inside of you. I affirm that love is my reality. I practice unconditional regard and compassion for myself and for the other, and this practice honors my highest and best good. Love is my key to spiritual awareness and transformation. It is the secret sauce that keeps all of our hearts connected in unity and oneness. We open our hearts now to more love, and so it is. Let's affirm together. I affirm that love is my reality. I practice unconditional regard and compassion for myself and for the other, and this practice honors my highest and best good. Love is my key to spiritual awareness and transformation. It is the secret sauce that keeps all of our hearts connected in unity and oneness. We open our hearts now to more love, and so it is.
So my second song is called Atlas, and it's one of my newer pieces. There's a story every moment, a notch in every tree. From your button nose to your pinky toes, come share a tale with me. Quivering of season change, no pushback on the fold. This rumpled, tumbled, tender heart has worn its hand untold. Our weary, troubled bodies have wrestled tomes of time. There's grace in moving slower, an atlas of many lines. Weathered every storm thus far, the wind may take its toll. Carry on and on we do, this crown of learned souls. There's a story every moment, a notch in every tree. From your button nose to your pinky toes, come toast this life with me. When day is gone, I'll hug you hard and bid you warm adieu. Hold you in my deepest heart until we meet anew.
Wonderful. Welcome, welcome. I'm so delighted to be here with you. Unity of Bellevue, you rock. I'm so delighted to be a part of your service today. And I've got a couple of things I want to share with you about how we just need to show up and just do it. You know that old phrase, just do it? I'm going to give it a spiritual spin this morning, and I hope you'll be along for the ride. Because, you know, we ministers
we are only giving talks to ourselves. You're just along for the ride, because I always talk about things that I need to work on, and then it's a universal thing. So let me just talk a little bit about how I was having a cup of water the other day, and I was drinking the water, and I was just remembering, wow, I remember when I lived in Chicago back in the 80s. I lived there for 5 years, and I loved the city. It was a wonderful place to be, and it was exciting, but they had the most delicious drinking water. And I lived in a lot of different places in my life, and I thought, wow, how is it so delicious here? I started doing some research about the water in Chicago, and I found out that the city of Chicago actually gets its water from Lake Michigan, which is right there. It's right on the border of, it's right on the lake line, the shoreline of Lake Michigan, and they draw the water out every day. And as I was reading about it, the history of what had happened, way back in the 1840s, the city of Chicago was growing. It was getting bigger and bigger. And it was actually developing problems because the city was right at lake level. And so there was nowhere for water to run off. Or worse, it was running off into the lake. So all their waste and everything was going down to the lake, and that's where they were getting their drinking water. And in 1849, cholera struck the city. It was devastating, killed a lot of people. So the city leaders decided they had to do something. So they hired a man by the name of Ellis Chesbrough. And Ellis was an engineer. And he came to the city and he said, we need to have a sewage system here. Now, there was no such thing as sewage systems in the world. He was thinking outside of the box. There was no other sewage system in the country at that time. But he said, I have an idea. What if we take these buildings in the city of Chicago and we raise them, some as much as 10 feet, so that we actually, the city now was 10 feet above, and underneath there could be a sewer system that could provide runoff and a drainage system basically for the city. Now, this was a radical idea back then, but that what the city decided to do, they decided to move forward. And as they raised the buildings, they jacked the buildings up literally 10 feet and created this subsystem underneath there. Then the sewage system developed. Now they still had the problem of runoff into the lake. So then he thought, wait a minute, what if we got put a crib, they call it a water crib, out 2 miles out into the lake. And from there, we actually draw the water. I'm going to show you how that worked and how he imagined it on in his thinking. And what he did was he put himself in a place where he started thinking outside of the box. This is what he thought. You see on the right side there, that's way out in the lake, and they literally went down 60 feet underneath the lake and tunneled across over to, and then going straight up to what they then created. He created the first water treatment system in Chicago. And so the water started going. Now you can see these tunnels are huge. They're enough for a person to stand in. And they started taking water from the lake 2 miles out. And to this day, that is the system that they use in Chicago. Not the water crib that they started with way back when isn't in use anymore, but they've built 9 more since. And the city of Chicago is 9.5 million people big, the whole Chicagoland area, the city and its suburbs. 9.5 million, think about that. The city of Chicago draws from the lake almost 1 billion gallons a day. 1 billion gallons a day. And so I started thinking about this. I started thinking about how this is working in the universe. I'll show you a picture here too, that the crib, this is what it looks like today that they draw from. It's way out in the lake, but they know that they have an inexhaustible supply of water because as they draw the water out, rain and snow and runoff, everything else is always replenishing that. And as a matter of fact, it goes to this water treatment system right there on the lake on the left side there, that is what they built way back when, and it's still operating today. It's one of two that they use today. And I started thinking about, wow, how about when we take this idea to the spiritual level? What happens when we do that? Because I know that as I go to the lake of my consciousness, think about that, the lake of my consciousness, I can either take a cup, just like I could go down to Lake Michigan, I could scoop out a cup of water, or I could take a bucket. I could fill my bucket and take that and go back and use that. Or I could do like the city of Chicago, and I could build a tunnel so large that I could stand in it, and I could take and receive that inexhaustible supply every single day. Because I know that it's simply going to be replenished. And I started thinking, oh my goodness, wow, am I going to the universe with a cup sometimes? Can you relate to that? Am I going to the universe with my little cup and going, oh, please, please, rather than maybe I need a bigger bucket, and maybe I need to open my consciousness so large that I simply know that the inexhaustible supply is always drawing to me and through me that which I need. I love this idea that we can always place our demand upon the universe, and all we have to do is just do it. All we have to do is get clear that this is how I am moving and living in this world, and I am always operating from that place of plenty rather than scarcity. I'm operating from the place of plenty. You know, the rose bushes in front of my window don't go, oh my God, the sun isn't shining today. Woe is me, how am I going to survive? They just go, okay, we get rain today. It's a little bit more water, and that's wonderful. The nourishment is coming in, and I know the sun is always there, even if I can't see it. Nature is always just enormously plentiful. I can't even begin to think about the grains of sand on beaches because there's such a multitude of things out there for us. And yet, too many times I have found myself going to the universe with my little cup and going, please, can I have a little bit more? That's not the way we're designed to be. We're designed to be these unending, open, beautiful creation manifestations of the universe. And sometimes we totally miss the mark. And it's our job to keep open to the idea that we're always here for that. I'll share my screen again and show you a little bit more, because I know that as we do so, we have the capability to grow and to become that which we are. Ernest Holmes said this, it is as though we were dipping, as though we are dipping up water from a limitless sea. Each day we may use a larger measure, and each day dip up more. The ocean will never become exhausted. As a matter of fact, everything we dip up will again run back into it, only to take a new form. Now, that's a huge statement right there, that there is a limitless sea. And how much can I receive from that limitless sea? As much as I'm willing and capable of receiving. That's the essence here of what I want to share today. That if I'm not receiving that which I want, let me open up my mind to a greater capacity to receive even more, because the universe doesn't care. They don't care whether you bring a cup, a bucket, or build a giant tunnel. It doesn't care. It's simply saying yes to whatever demand we place upon it. And so I get to understand that if there is limitation in my life, it's upon me to remove the blockage that is there. And I have to just do it. Just do it. And so just as Alice Chesborough said, hey, let's raise the buildings in Chicago, a very novel idea, we get to raise our thinking to new levels. That's really what we're here to do, is to open up to greater potentiality and possibility in our world. I love that word, potentiality. It's something that invites us and draws us into a greater good. And I got to thinking about this the other day, that I was actually attending a church conference, and I went back to Chicago in 2011 for a church conference. At the time, I was a minister of a church in Maryland, and I took my whole board with me, and we were learning some wonderful things about growing our church. At the end of the conference, we had scheduled a cab to pick us up at the church, take us back to O'Hare Airport, where we were going to fly home. Now, if you've been in Chicago, during rush hour, it gets to be pretty crazy, and traffic can slow down to a stall. So we had planned out plenty in advance that, when the cab would need to be there to pick us up. So the conference finished. We're standing on the sidewalk outside the church. We're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and we're looking at our watches and going, oh my goodness, it's going to take about an hour to get to O'Hare. Where is the cab? We called the cab company. They said, little snag, it's on its way, and we're still waiting. So one of my board members said to me, hey, what if we pray that our cab shows up just like we've intended, and that we get to the airport on time? And I said, that's great, but what if we expanded that a little bit? What if we said, you know what? What if we prayed that we are going to arrive at the airport with ease and in comfort in plenty of time? It doesn't matter the form. It doesn't matter whether it's the cab that we intended to be. Someone from the conference could say, hey, I'm going that way. Let me take you to the airport. Someone could say, hey, I've got a private helicopter. Let me take you to the airport in that way. And this is what we get to do, is we get to expand our thinking, because the whole premise is not that I get a cab, it's that we get to the airport with ease and in comfort and on time. So that's the prayer that we stood right there on the sidewalk and we prayed as a group. And where two or more are gathered, there is the great I am. And so 10 minutes later, my assistant, because she had been out on the curb trying to flag down other cabs, and most of them, or all of them had come by before, had people in it, so they couldn't pick us up. But she was standing out after we prayed, standing out on the sidewalk again, and she spies something coming down the road, and she's looking at it, and she goes, oh my goodness, that's a limo. So the limo is going by, and she flags it down. Hey, 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 he stops. She talks to him, and, she's sharing with him, hey, we need to get to the airport, can you take us? And as they're discussing, I see all of a sudden she runs over to us and she says, oh my goodness, this limo just agreed that he would take us for the same price that we were going to pay the cab that has never shown up. And so we get to ride in this limo. Would you like to do that? And we all said, yes. And we jumped in a limo very similar to this, and we rode with comfort. I still remember the feeling of sinking into these plush seats and allowing Spirit to provide us with a transportation that was way beyond what we had expected, and we got there in plenty of time. And so I'm reminded of what a teacher of mine used to share with us. She said, don't let your good get in the way of your better. Because isn't that the truth sometimes? Sometimes I'm so locked into this is my good, that I'm allowing my better to simply pass me by. And I have to open up my mind to a greater possibility that even when I'm in my comfortable place, that's really the most dangerous part, isn't it? When we are feeling so comfortable that we overlook the potentiality that is in every moment that is there. And so I know that each time I move into a place where I am opening up to a greater good, that there is something more for me. Ernest Holmes calls it that upward spiral. We're always moving, we're always growing. Now, we can choose to stagnate if we want, but even in a stagnant pond, it is teeming with life and growth. And so even when it looks like it's not moving, life is always moving for us if we simply open to this possibility. And here's the thing that it catches me every time, because for many years, had this idea that I had to keep fixing myself to get to a place where I could be a more spiritual, expanded person. Can you relate to that? I kept, well, I've got to fix this about me, and I've got to do this about me. And I found this quote that really summed it up for me. It's from Janine Roth. She's an author and very powerful. She says, if we think our job here on earth is to fix ourselves, we will keep looking for the broken places. And if we believe our job is to be kind, we will keep lavishing love on ourselves. Can you relate to this? Oh, I can so much. I thought for years that my job was to fix myself, and it took me a long time to understand there was nothing broken here. There was nothing broken. There was, as a matter of fact, I was already magnificently, splendorously perfect, whole, and complete. And that I need to get myself out of the way of this idea that something had to be fixed. And so I ask you this morning, what is your job? Your job. It's not to fix yourself. We've already talked about that, but really, what is it? There's no more important job to ask ourselves is, what is our job? And I was reading another fabulous book called Risk Forward. The author is Victoria Labalme. And she was talking about how many years ago she was an actor and a performing artist, and now she's a very widely known speaker. She does corporate events and things like that. But she was talking about how in her early days she had formed a collective called the Performing Arts Collective, called PAC, P-A-C. And this place that she designed was there just for performers, creators, creative type folks, comedians. And she formed it because she wanted it to have a safe place where folks of all of these kinds could come together and try out their material and try out their ideas without getting squashed. And so she said one of her early members of the PAC was a guy by the name of Chris Wink. And this was in New York, and Chris, he loved the idea. He thought, oh my goodness, I would want to find my tribe, and finally I found it here at the PAC. And he got up one day and he said, you know, I'm a little different. I'm not what the normal creative performer is like. He said, what I really want to do is I want to shave my head so that I'm bald, and I want to paint myself blue, and then walk around New York City and see how people react. And the collector was like, wow, okay, that's different. Yeah, go for it. And he went to one of his best friends. And his best friend's name was Matt Goldman. He was a software engineer at the time. And he presented his idea, and Chris thought, you know, Matt's going to go, okay, you know, just maybe chuckle a little bit. But as soon as Chris explained his idea, I want to shave my head and I want to paint myself blue so that I can see how people react, Matt went, wow, that's a cool idea. Let's go do it. He really surprised Chris when he said that. And thus, the Blue Man Group was born. They found a third guy, Phil Stanton, who also loved the idea. And the three of them shaved their heads, painted themselves blue, and they started this unique journey of the Blue Man Group. Well, I think many of you have heard of them by now. This was 1987 when it was formed. And today in 2022, the Blue Man Group has residences in Las Vegas, places like Berlin. They're worldwide. They're all over the country. So there's more than 3 Blue Men now. You actually get to audition. If you go onto their website, you can actually audition to become a Blue Man. And they provide these performances that just knock people's socks off. And talk about different, because they don't speak. It's really a unique artistry form they have created. And I think back to when Chris Wink had this idea, you know, I'd like to shave my head and turn myself blue. How many people thought, are you crazy? And that you need to go have some serious work on yourself because this is an idea that is just not going to work. And thank God he decided to not listen to those people. And he found the pack who said, go for it, go for it. And his inner calling, it was his passion to do this. His inner calling overrode all of that. And he just went out and did it. And it grew from a little small thing to now a worldwide phenomenon. I'm really grateful. As a matter of fact, in 2017, Cirque du Soleil bought the Blue Man Group. So I think Chris is a very wealthy man now. And now because they really bought into the vision, now they are overseeing its expansion even more worldwide. So I know that spirit has other ideas sometimes when we show up. And when we decide we're just going to show up and do it, then that's how this works. That's how we come to a place of deep knowing. Because Ernest Holmes reminds us, we can make bigger buckets. We cannot make a bigger law. The law knows nothing about big and little. It knows to do. So when I place my demand, I claim that which I want in the universe. Get ready, because manifestation is totally based upon our willingness and our consciousness. And if I need to do something, I need to get a bigger bucket. If it's not materializing in my world, I know that it's my job to grow my bucket. And so this is the lifelong work. See, my job, my only job in this world is to grow my consciousness. I realized that a while ago, that I have no other work to do but that. Everything else is all hinged upon my consciousness, but it really is superfluous to the idea that I am here to see beyond the obstruction in my world, whatever that struggle, difficulty, challenge is. My job is to see beyond that challenge, that obstruction, to the unobstructed field where all is possible, because that's where I want to be playing. And that's where I want my consciousness to always be. Because if I'm only seeing the obstacle right in front of my face, I'm totally missing the potentiality that is there. Does that make sense? So I know that I'm here to grow my consciousness and to make a bigger bucket. I'm going to close with a story that really, I found this the other day, and it just really totally and captured what I'm trying to say here. And it's about a forest. And in this forest, there was a jaguar, this beautiful jaguar. But one day, a forest fire broke out. And all of the animals, because the wood was like kindling and it just was going up in flames. And so every animal that lived in the forest was now running for its life away from the fire. And the jaguar was one of them. This beautiful, sleek jaguar was racing along with the other animals. And he noticed as he's running away from the fire that something zips by his head. And he goes, what was that? And then all of a sudden, something is zipping back the other way, away from the fire. And so next thing he knows, it's zipping back, and he realizes it's a hummingbird. It's a little tiny hummingbird. And it zips past towards the fire. And he's like, does that hummingbird not realize what's happening? And then all of a sudden he sees the hummingbird flying back over his shoulder. And he calls out and he goes, hummingbird, what are you doing? Don't you realize you need to go that way? Don't keep going back that way. Go that way. And the hummingbird says, oh no, I have to go out to a lake that way, and I have to fill my beak, my tiny beak, with water, and then I go back to the fire and I throw that water from my beak onto the fire, and then I go back to the lake. That's what I'm doing. And the jaguar said, are you crazy? Do you really think that filling your beak, your little tiny beak, is going to solve that, is going to take care of that fire? There's no way. And the hummingbird said, you're right, but I have to do my part. that forest feeds me every single day. I get to pollinate its flowers and all of the wonderful flora and fauna that are in there. That is my world. And so I have to do my part. And I have to try, at least try to do something. And at that point, the Native American forest spirits heard the hummingbird say that and were so taken by its devotion to its forest life that they miraculously opened up the skies and thunderstorm fell and put out the fire. Now, when Native American grandmothers tell this story to their grandchildren, they conclude the story with this: do you want to attract more miracles into your life? Do your part. Do your part. And so it's just doing it. It's just us having the foresight, the spiritual intelligence, the spiritual maturity to say, I'm going to show up and do my part, whether that's being loving kindness. I love that reading from Thich Nhat Hanh. Showing up as loving kindness in this world, showing up as compassion, showing up as tolerance, and not even just tolerance, but full forgiveness. When people who seem to delight in getting on our last nerve, do you know those kinds of people? See, it's really easy when we're around and we can do all these wonderful spiritual things in our life when things are going well. But what I'm inviting us to do this week is to raise our building, our consciousness, that 10 feet, and go to a new understanding that I am here to do these things, not just when it's convenient, not just when things are going well, but to do my spiritual practices, to show up as loving kindness, to be the voice and hands and feet of love in this world. I'm going to just do it. And damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. That's where I want to live and be and have my being. That's what our job is to do, is to open up, raise our consciousness, know the truth of ourselves that we already are perfect and whole, and to be the love, kindness, compassion, caring, understanding that we already are. I know I've just unpacked a lot today. So let's just take a deep breath in and let it out. And I'll just close with an anchoring prayer. So I invite you, if you feel comfortable, just close your eyes with me. Take another deep breath in and let it out. We know that that is the cleansing breath, that breath of God that is always there. That inhale and exhale that is always moving, always circulating. And so I know that each one of us is committing ourselves today to doing our part in this world, to showing up, to being that which we already are, to show up as the values, the kindness, the understanding, that which we are, and to broaden and enlarge our consciousness with every step that we take. I know that we are showing up today, right now, as mature spiritual beings, open and available to a new idea. And that the Spirit is now downloading into us that which we know we are here to do and be and have. And so I simply let go, knowing that as we have listened, as we have opened up today to these new ideas, that something in the unseen is moving for our good, and that Spirit is alive and well in each one of us and guiding and directing our path each and every step of the way. And so I simply let go, saying, thank you, Spirit, for all that is and all that is yet to be. The potentiality is fantastic. And we love standing in that open field, letting the obstructions go by us, and the open field that says yes to our demand and our claim is now ours right now. We let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.
the stream, far as the eye can see. Nothing in the way, nothing in the fray. We fly and fly back to a simple time. No reason and no rhyme for doing what you do. No fussing round the coop. You smile and smile. But one hard breath and you're caught in the wind, holding court with hearth and kin. Your mind reels back, a fish on a line, flapping round, fighting against the tide. You try and try. But I'll keep going. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh yeah. Stories in the bookcase, hidden between the words, sparking memories, bringing you to your knees. You cry and cry. Heartache holds its own, tether on your soul, shining ever bright, while holding on so tight. We try and try. The duct tape trunk holding all your life, glue gone weak after all this time. The hardest thing is to let it go. Love comes round when you let it flow. It's time. It's time. It's time. Looking down the stream, far as the eye can see. Nothing in the way, nothing in the fray. You fly and fly. You fly and fly. You fly. Thank you.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Good morning, Unity of Bellevue. I am Dorothy Bostetter. I am your board host this morning, and it's my pleasure to join you from Austin, Texas. I want to thank our musicians and everybody who put this service together, and Reverend Sally, thank you so much. The gem that you offered today, and to me personally, was do your part. And we know that Unity is entering into, and has been in, and we're entering into a healing time. And I'm taking this deep inside of me, that there is a very important piece for me to do my part. And I know that all of us know the part that we are to play as well, both within our community, within our neighborhoods, within the greater world, to bring peace and love. In the spirit of consciousness, I invite you all to recognize the abundance that is yours. And for those of you who are new on the journey with Unity of Bellevue, we welcome financial gifts, and there's no expectation at all. For those of us who call Unity our spiritual home, we know that the abundance of the universe flows through us, in us and through us, to our center and out to our ministry in the Puget Sound region and clearly in all environs. The ways to give are on the screen, and you can also find them on our website. Well, maybe they're not on the screen, but you can find the ways to give on our website. As you take the gift into your heart, please join me in our offering affirmation. I give freely and for the joy of giving. I know that seeds sown in love produce an overwhelming harvest of good for me, for our center, and for all people. Lovingly I give, joyfully I receive, and so it is.
And so we give thanks for all the gifts given, the tithes and love offerings, gifts of service, gifts of time and talent, gifts that are all sourced from the giver of all. We bless these gifts. We dedicate them to the highest and best good for each and for all, for this center, for our world, knowing they are doing the work of spirit on earth. We know as we give, we receive, that we are abundance. We are so grateful, and so it is. Good morning again. My name is Monica McDowell Elvig. We welcome you. If you are visiting with us for the first time, either in person or online, we invite you to go to our website, unityofbellevue.org. At the bottom of every page is a sign-up form for our weekly e-newsletter. That's the best way to stay in touch with everything that's happening. You can also go to the I'm New page online and request a welcome packet. And if you're here in person, there's a welcome packet just to the left of the sanctuary doors as you exit. There's also a 20% coupon in there that you can take to the bookstore for a gift of your choice. We are so glad you are with us, and reach out to us. We'd love to connect with you. The prayer chaplains are here to pray with you. Susan Neidig is our prayer chaplain. She'll be in the library. It is hybrid, so if you are online and would like to join that, go to our launch page, and there is a Zoom link to join with the prayer chaplains. You can always fill out a prayer request card in the by the south entrance and put that in the prayer box. You can fill out a prayer request form online, and you can email them at prayerchaplains@unityofbellevue.org. This spring, starting March 2nd, Metaphysical Lent begins, and we are asking up until that time that you consider doing some creative, artistic expression that speaks to you around the theme, the spiraling path. We spiral in life, you know, we circle around. We have cycles of life, seasons that cycle, and we learn our spiritual teachings and lessons in new ways from different vantage points. So whatever way in writing, in art, in photography, any creative expression at all that you would like to share with our community during Lent, just go to our website, and all the details are there. Mandy is collecting all of the expressions, and we've gotten quite a few in, and I've heard about more, so keep thinking about that. We'd love to have everybody that would like to participate in that. Our sacred service for this month is we are collecting food for our local food bank, Renewal Food Bank, right on Belred Road. They're especially asking for fresh produce and fresh bread. So there's also a list out there in the atrium and on the newsletter that can give you some more tips on that. Save the date for Sunday, March 6th. That's in 2 Sundays. We're having our annual meeting following the service instead of the Q&A. So just be looking for that. If you are a member, we will be doing that hybrid as well. So if you are an online member, we will have a Zoom link just for you, and more details to come about that. Susan Neidig has an announcement about the healing process. Susan is looking at me like she is not ready. Yes, go ahead. And, oh, the mic is not there. Oh, you have the mic. There. Why don't you...
I don't have the dates.
Oh, March 2nd, and then the March 16th.
And April.
And then April 9th.
Good morning. Any of you that get on emails yesterday or today, you may have seen the email that we sent out from the board. It outlined a bit of our financial situation, but it also talked about the healing process. The board has been so blessed to work with Dr. Donaldson. We've had two 2 meetings with him, it has allowed many of us to heal on the board and to release a lot. I personally can attest to that. The healing process is about engagement with the community. For us all to come together to heal whatever wounds we have over the last 2 years, really, but specifically over the last year. There are going to be 2 online engagements. There'll be Zoom meetings. They're on Wednesdays, March 2nd, March 16th, and then we will come together with an in-person and online ceremony or celebration to release all that has happened, to release all that we feel around anything that may have harmed us over the last few years. So it is a wonderful opportunity. Come engage. We look forward to that engagement. It's actually going to bridge our annual membership meetings, so it'll be with our existing board, and it'll be with our new board and our new board members. So we will have a healing process for the entire community. I welcome everyone to engage.
Thank you again to Reverend Sally. I feel like she's a kindred spirit. She uses props. Just I love props. And thank you also to Jean. I know she's back in the green room. Thank you, Jean, for that wonderful music, and Barry for leading us. We're so grateful. And you know, even though there's snow in the forecast tomorrow, it's almost spring. Look at these beautiful flowers. We're looking forward to more flowers. Thank you, Linda, for the flowers. Thank you to all the volunteers. There's so many of you. We're going to do a volunteer kind of recognition on the last Sunday of every month, just as a regular rhythm for us. So look for that next Sunday. And next week, our speaker is Dr. Edward Donaldson. He's the one who's facilitating our healing process, and he will be speaking with us in person. McKenna Wagner is our guest artist. So looking forward to seeing you. Okay, let's end with a peace song and prayer for protection.
My hardware.
It's been great being here with all of you. Thank you for the warm welcome. Thank you. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, and family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Let there be step I take. Let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thanks, everyone. Blessings. Have a great week. Thank you so much, Barry. That was so great to see you. Yeah.
I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I've got the power, you got the power, we got the power. I've got the time thinking that someone else is gonna do it all for me. I've got to get up, get out, get it, just get started. Take one step towards my destiny. I'll define my direction with clear-cut intention. Declare what will be and then watch it come to me. 'Cause I've got the power to make all my dreams come true. I've got the power, there's nothing I can't do. I've got the power to be anything I want. I've got the power inside of me. I've got the power inside of me. There are days when I feel that I'm just no good. Days when I don't even want to try. But when I stop, look and listen and surrender, I hear a voice of truth I cannot deny. And it says, you know you can do it. Just get down to it. Have faith in yourself and the will to see it through. 'Cause I've got the power to make all my dreams come true. I've got the power, there ain't nothing I can't do. I've got the power to be anything I want. I've got the power inside of me. Yeah, I've got the power inside of me. In those times when I feel so frightened and it seems like I just can't go on, I've got to look deep inside, 'cause that's where I find the power, the power, the power inside of me. Yeah, I've got the power deep inside of me.